Hello and welcome. Today we're talking about using the make gauge system to measure rolled lead strip. This is an application that we've done for quite some time and we have a lot of experience with it, but we also have some great new exciting updates to tell you about today. So measuring rolled lead strip is super important. Like generally, the process is stable. However, the degrees of how stable that is are very important. The sheer throughput of those lines is massive. Often can be putting through 30 million pounds of lead per year, and you definitely want to have a good idea of exactly what the quality of your strip is because there's so much that is passing through. And when you're working with those lines, of course, there can be side-to-side variations or overall setup errors from time to time. Things like bearings can break on it, and this can all impact the thickness. So it's really great to have an automatic system that is constantly giving your operators a very accurate measurement of that strip left to right so that you're not relying on just hand micrometer measurements at the end of each coil or using the chips. And by the way, those little chips on the sides are not a great representation of the real thickness on the strip because of roll-off. So it is highly advantageous to have a measurement across the full strip. And this is why our customers choose to deploy our MG3 system for installation on rolling lines. So the MG3 system is at the heart of all of this. This is our gauge that we use in battery applications, both pasting lines and rolling lines. It's a scanning C-frame system. And when we install on rolling lines, you have the option to either measure edge center edge, which is a very common application where customers will choose to focus those three locations and the operators can understand very clearly what's happening across the strip. Or you can do a continuous scan if you want more points. You have that option as well. There's not really a limit. You can increase that from 3 to 5 to 7 different reading locations as you go back and forth across the strip. So the MG3 will be doing this continual traversal. We're usually scanning about 50 millimeters a second if we're doing a continuous scan. So the cycle time of seeing that measurement for the operators watching the screen, but every 5 to 10 seconds, they'll be seeing the measurements update, and that's happening continuously throughout the coils. So talking a little bit more about what are the new updates for the rolled lead strip, is we've introduced a new slide, a new mounting bracket for the MG3. And what's great about this is that it lets you install the gauge on the non-operator side, so it's out of the way. And it also has the ability to slide the gauge to a maintenance position. So that allows it to be slightly removed from the line. And this way you can do maintenance on the gauge without having to worry about stopping the line or waiting for downtime. You can clean it while the line's running and quickly put it right back into operation. Another important aspect of the make gauge installed with the rolling line is the communication between the PLC and the make gauge. And that communication allows the gauge to know when to start and stop measuring. And this includes when the strip is going through the chopper, the gauge will know that during that period, the measurement should not be recorded. The PLC is also used to publish the results. So all of the data coming from the make gauge is always pushed to your PLC. And from there, it can be put into databases or onto dashboards or anywhere else that you want to use that data. Another great update that we are excited to share is our new software for rolled lead strip. We call this the RLS App. And what it does is, in addition to those thickness measurements that I mentioned earlier, it also can detect if there's a waviness to the strip. So at each of the locations, we're looking to see if there is waviness induced in that strip, something that your operators probably would not even be able to notice while the line was running. But this way, by noting if there is waviness, we can bring that to the operator's attention. And it also gives the option to ensure that actions like closed loop control with the mill stands are disabled if there is waviness in the strip. So that's how the make gauge fits into your lead rolling line. Easy to install, smart in operation, and consistently delivers fast, accurate measurements exactly where and when you need them. If you have questions or would like to reach out to us, please go to our website or send us an email.